Okay, so I'm making this video in an attempt to help customers and just other people who are interested in basically learning how to add game paths to FreestyleDash, adding games to FreestyleDash. I'm going to do a couple other videos based on this information. I've had a lot of questions. A lot of people forget when I first show them. Not their fault. It's easy to forget. So basically at this point I'm just going to make a 3-part video series detailing everything you need to know about RGH consoles or JTAG consoles for that matter. So this is a dual NAND console. I am selling this one, but it'll probably be gone by the time you see this video. But if you're interested, let me know. Anyway, long story short, I've already added some games to the internal hard drive. It's 250 gig. So basically we're going to add the game path in FreestyleDash. So you can go to Setup, Settings, Content Settings, Manage Game Paths. So scan depth, I like to bump that up to about 3 or 4, just so it finds the files in case they're in a couple different folders inside the folder you're trying to point it towards. Content type, we're going to do 360 on both sides, Xbox 360. Then we're going to go to change path. Go to HDD1, that's your internal hard drive. If you were using an external hard drive, it would be USB 0 or USB 1, depending on how many devices you have connected. So then we're going to go to Xbox 360 games. That's the folder I dropped all the extracted ISOs in. Here's some of the latest and greatest. I'm going to stop here because this is the folder that contains the rest of the games, so that's the folder you want to stop in, is the one that actually contains the primary directory of games. So then press Y. Now the last part that everyone forgets, press X to save. It's kind of hard to read, but press X. So after I save it, it's going to start scanning it down there. Not only that, but I'm also connected to the internet. I've got an Ethernet cable plugged in the back. Obviously this is a slim, so I could have plugged it into Wi-Fi, but I don't plan on keeping this, so no point in doing that. Anyway, easiest way is a hardwire to your router. So now it's going to actually scan and download all the covers automatically for each game. Won't take too long, roughly 10 minutes or maybe not even 10 minutes, probably like 5 minutes. In the meantime, if you want to learn how to actually put the games onto your Xbox via FTP from your router, use FileZilla basically. So I created a directory, so I'm already connected. Your host is up here. So this is the IP address. Password is Xbox, username is Xbox, just like the original Xbox. The IP address is in the lower left corner of FreestyleDash. You'll see it as long as you are connected to a network. And I'm already connected, so I'm just going to say OK. Basically, I right-clicked, I say create directory. I called it Xbox 360 games right here. I still have emulators already on here. And I'm going to add that path here in a sec. But after you create that folder, you would want to extract an ISO that you want to add. Now you can do a batch extraction, or you can just do 1 or 2 or whatever. This was Crisis 3. This is the last one I extracted. And I extracted from one hard drive and to the same hard drive, basically in a different folder, because I have ISOs for burning, and then I have ISOs for adding to RGH consoles. So basically, choose your folder. Find the ISO essentially, which was in complete Crisis 3. Flush the queue, sure. That just means delete the previous entries. If you're adding multiple entries, then say no. So there's Crisis 3. Choose destination. Same hard drive, just different folder. And then you click go. Since I'm doing it to the same hard drive, it's only going to take about, 2 to 3 minutes to extract it. If you're going to do it to an external, like USB hard drive, it's going to take longer. Once that's done, you can go in and find that folder. So you can do it in the FTP program too, but I'd rather just drag and drop it because I'm lazy. So extracted 360 games. There's Crisis. It's got a weird title. It's basically the name of the ISO. Mars is the uploader. And I would just click this and drag it to Xbox 360 games. I'm not going to do that. It's already in there. After you drop it, it would take a little while to FTP it in. So that would take about 7 to 10 minutes, depending on how big each game is. Crisis is a pretty big game, so probably more like 8 to 10 minutes. Once it's done, you can add the game path, or as long as the game path is already added, like I just did, then it'll automatically find it the next time you either refresh FreestyleDash or when you turn off the console and turn it back on. If that doesn't work, you can go to scan settings and then start a manual scan, and then it should find it automatically. And I recommend that you're connected to the internet, that way it'll actually get the cover art. And speaking of which, I'll show you that the games are now in the category they were supposed to be, with all the game art. So here's the games, front and back. Some of the newer games. When I was posting this video, Tomb Raider wasn't out, and neither was Gears of War, so it's pretty nice that it got leaked early. If you're missing, so like this one looks like it's missing the rear artwork, you can press Y on it and go to refresh artwork, and hopefully it'll download the reverse artwork on it, because I know I was able to get the reverse artwork on another console. So let's see, I think it's gonna work. It says it's downloading some stuff, so there you go. Yep. So if it's missing something, and it looks like it will change the cover as well. If it's missing something, just refresh it, and it should get it. Yeah, this one's got it. Anyway, now I'm going to add the emulators. Sorry for the shaky camera. Doing this by hand. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but what are you going to do? Content settings. So Y to add a new path. Scan depth, like I said before. I'm going to go down to emulators. It's down here. It's kind of hidden. Select. Change path. HDD1. Emulators. And select with Y. And then X to save. Now it's going to scan that. I'll give it a second. Almost done. Alright, it's done. So, the only one that's missing a cover, and I don't know if I can ever get the cover for it unless I do it manually, would be the NES, because it has a weird name. It's FCEUX. Weird name. The rest of these have their covers, their respective covers, although this one's incorrect. This is Genesis. It has Sonic on there, but it's not FBA next. But yeah, these are all emulators. I'm just going to show you one of them. The Game Boy one. They all look different. There's different developers. This one's basically very simple. Just a list of games. But yeah, I mean, they all work. And you get the idea. It's a ROM. They're pretty sweet though. It's nice to have old school games on an Xbox. I could do an N64 emulator, but it's ran differently, and I probably will do a video eventually with that, but that's not my top priority right now. So the next video will be about adding DLC and how to activate on your console if it doesn't show up the first time. Thanks for watching, and check for video 2 to learn more about adding downloadable content and to the next BLA games too.